let's get started. Alright, so the 15 minutes has now begun. So I'm going to start with the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I am just using a brush from the Real Techniques Core Collection just to apply this all over my fair skin. I look like I haven't seen the sun in ages. But just so you guys know, this video is under 15 minutes just because I decided to chop out any in between clips or anything like that, but I didn't speed this up. So you'll see the time throughout the time knowing that it is under 15 minutes. Just a little disclaimer. But here I am just again buffing that foundation all into the skin just for starters for the base of the makeup look today. Next I'm going in with this Maybelline Age Rewind Erase Dark Circles Concealer. I think this is a super great product to use, especially when you're trying to do a quick makeup look because the product's already there. It doesn't have to get on your fingers or anything like that. You can just place it directly where you want to put it. So I'm just putting a hefty amount in my T-zone and underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to actually go in a little bit more with this Dream Lumi also from Maybelline just to give a little bit more of a salmon tone to it. And we don't have time for brushes, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my finger, which I think is probably the best tool to use to blend out this concealer in your under eye. And I'm just blending it out as much as I can. I'm going to go back in with the brush afterwards, but I am just using my brush first just to warm it up and really blend it all out. So I'm going back in with that same brush that we used the foundation just to kind of blend it a little bit more, make it look a little bit more seamless, and mix it in a little bit with that foundation that we put on. Again, I look super white, but don't worry, we're going to bronze it up and get ready for this quick makeup look. So next I'm going to set my under eye concealer anywhere where I put that concealer with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Banana Powder. I'm using a blush brush actually from e.l.f. and I'm just quickly placing this underneath my eyes, and this is just going to set it, help it last a little bit longer, and just keep it a little bit more matte throughout the day just so it doesn't wear off. Next we're going to be going in with this cool tone shade called Fawn from the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit. We're not going to have a lot of time to really contour, but I am just doing a quick contour just briefly to really sculpt out those shadows and really just make it a little bit more sculpted on the face. But like I said, we're not going to spend a lot of time contouring because, well, quite frankly, we don't have too much time to do that here. We're trying to do a quick makeup look in under 15, just in a quick instance where you got to get out the door. Now, my face is white as can be, so I am going to bronze it up with this Give Me Sun Mineralize Skin Finish from MAC. This is a little bit more warm-toned of a bronzer, and I'm just going to be placing that really kind of all over the face, really anywhere that I haven't put the light-colored concealer. It may look a little bit dramatic right here, a little orange on me, which it is, but once you start to add the blush and everything else, it really does all come together, and you will see that in the end. So here I am just bronzing my face and my neck. So here I'm going in with a blush. This is Peaches from MAC. And I'm just taking this on a brush and just putting this on the hollows of my cheek here. And just giving it a little bit more warmth to the face. This shouldn't take too long to go. I'm really just giving it a nice little flush of color. Time check, we are at 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, so we're doing good on time. Now this is optional. I don't necessarily take a lot of time to do this, but I'm one of those people that if I do a couple things, even if I don't have time, my brows are going to be one of them just because I have very sparse eyebrows. So I like to fill them in a little bit more, and this is just honestly a quick job. I didn't fast forward this like I said. I'm literally just drawing it in a little bit more just to give it a little bit fuller of a brow. So this obviously is optional, as is anything that I show you in these videos, but I chose to do it in my video because this is what I would do if I was getting ready quickly to go somewhere in a rush. So here I am just quickly filling in those brows, and then we'll move on to the next step. So now we're going to move to the eyes. This is a foiled eyeshadow from Geek in the shade Starry Eyed. I find the easiest way to apply this is actually with my finger anyway, so I am going to use this and just place this color all over the lid. This is just for a nice wash of color. I think it's great for an everyday look. And then I'm going in with another Geek eyeshadow. This is in the color Homecoming, and this is going to be really the transition shade, and this is just going to help give the eye a little bit more definition. So I'm just going back and forth just from the inner to outer corner. Again, just giving the eye socket a little bit more dimension and blending that color that we put on the lid with the color in the crease. Again, I did not fast forward this. This is literally how quickly I will be doing this. Of course, if you have more time in the end, feel free to blend it out more and do whatever you feel comfortable, but this is honestly how long it took me. So now I'm just taking a pencil brush and just putting a little bit of that brown on the lower lash line. I usually do this with all my looks. I just think it really brings the looks together. Again, optional to do, but all I'm doing is just smoking that lash line out just a little bit with that brown color called Homecoming from Makeup Geek. So next I'm taking that Starry Eyed shade that we put on the lid and just putting a little bit more in the inner corner there, and that's just going to brighten it up a little bit. Especially if it's a very quick look for all day, I think it really helps. So now we're going in with a little bit of black eyeliner. I'm only putting this in the waterline. I find when I'm doing this go-to quick look, this is what I like to do, but of course, just like the other things, this is optional. I won't be doing any eyeliner on the top, so this is the only eyeliner that I'll be using, and again, it's in the waterline, not outside of it. Time check, I have 6 minutes left, and I am doing good. Next, we're going to move to mascara. This is a Physicians Formula one, and I really love this one. It is a pretty thick wand, though, so I don't typically use it on the bottom lashes, but of course, if you're in a rush, use what you got. I do have some other recommendations for other drugstore mascaras that I love. I'll put that in the description box below if that interests you. But here I am. I'm not obviously going to do lashes today because I don't have time to do lashes, so I do just do quite a few coats of this mascara, and this mascara does really make your lashes look a lot more full, so I just use it on the top and bottom lashes, and again, this is not sped up. I just decided to cut out the parts in between where I was getting new products or putting things down or talking to my family, so again, that's why this isn't a 15-minute video, but I did not speed it up and it is real time. So next I'm going to highlight. If there's one thing I'm going to do, it's put mascara on, it's going to highlight. So here I am using the Becca highlighter, and this is Champagne Pop. Feel free to use whatever highlighter you have, but you're going to be putting the highlighter on the highest points of your face, which would be right here on top of your cheeks, and really making that little C shape. It'll really help to brighten up your face and give yourself just a little bit more of a vibrant look. Of course, this is totally optional, and I'll put as much on for your preference, but I love highlight, you know that, so I love to put a ton on. Now I'm just taking a duo fiber brush and just literally blending out my whole face just so there's no super harsh lines, really just making sure it all looks good together. Now I'm going in with this new product I got from Badescu. It is just a rose water, it has other great things in it, and I'm using this just to set my face and give it some hydration. Next for lips, I'm using this gloss from Anastasia. This is a very neutral nude lip. I think it's perfect for every day, quick on the go. It is called Undressed, and I really, really love this lip gloss. So right now we actually have 3.5 minutes left. You could take this face and you could go with it. This would be my everyday, quick, out the door, gotta go look, but since we had a little bit more time, because I said it was under 15 minutes, I did go back in and just blend out that Homecoming color, that brown shade that we put in the transition, just because I figured if I had time, I would. So that's what I did. I just went back in and blended it out a little bit more, but those are the final look for the eye. Alright, my friends, that is my final look. I even had some time to take my hair out, go back and do some things, take some selfie pics for you, and look, I have 2.5 minutes still to spare, so you could definitely get this down even more than that. Just go ahead and practice and let me know. So I hope you guys like this video, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!